Joining us now is Congressman Roger Marshall from the great state of Kansas. Congressman, thank you for your time.
Okay, glad to be here.
I understand you're introducing a very important piece of legislation called the Real Meat Act of 2019. What is it and why is it important?
Well, I think we're trying to, number one, is just define what real meat is and what real meat isn't. And I got so many complaints from folks back home. They walk into their grocery store and then here's this fake meat in there with the other real beef from Kansas. So it's very irritating. And we think that consumers today, more than ever, want transparency. They want to know what they're eating, where it's from, all those issues like that. And it has to cut both ways. So here's a new product that's being introduced. It's very unregulated. We don't know if it's safe or not. And I think that consumers deserve to know what actually is, and the labeling is just a little bit of a misnomer.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you put the two products next to each other. I think beef clearly has an advantage, but that's our opinion.
As long as it's from Kansas, it does. It does. Yeah, I think the only argument up here is which is a better tasting beef, Nebraska beef or Kansas beef. I think we all agree that fake meat, artificial meat, whatever you want to call it, has never been studied. As a physician, I have no idea what to tell people about it. Is it going to help your kids grow strong and healthy like we're used to seeing our kids grow up? Or is there going to be missing some protein complex that we haven't yet identified? So it's a little scary to me. And even today, as I'm talking to people who supervise and oversee our food industry, the safety of it, and I asked them, who is monitoring this fake meat? And the answer I got was very disturbing. Nobody is. So this legislation is going to help describe exactly who's responsible for monitoring this situation. We're used to having the safest, most reliable food in the world. And I think that this fake meat, so to speak, is threatening that.
Yeah, there's a lot of important topics to cover on that bill for sure. It sounds very important. What are you hearing up here on the issue of fake meat on Capitol Hill? What's been the discussion?
Well, I think it kind of goes along with almond juice. So the people that have cattle and milk the dairies, they're very frustrated with that. So one of my stories I love to tell is to walk into some place that's selling coffee. Now I refuse to spend $4 for a cup of coffee, but my wife will bend my arm and make me buy her a cup of expensive coffee. But my favorite thing to do is say I want a medium latte with almond juice, and I'll see a big scurry back behind the counters, and they talk to each other. They come back and say, we don't have any almond juice. And I'll say, well, it's right there. Oh, they said, yeah, it's almond milk. No, it's almond juice. So again, I think the frustration is just a lack of transparency and honesty. Beef, a very important product for Kansas and for Texas and Oklahoma, Nebraska, Iowa, all these states, very important industry, and we want to protect it.
Yeah, beef producers definitely don't want to fall into the same category as the dairy industry with almond milk and that type of thing. So my question then is, what can beef producers across the country do to help support this legislation?
Yeah, I think reach out to their own legislator and ask them to contact Dr. Marshall's office about supporting our legislation to properly regulate fake meat.
Dr. Marshall, thank you so much for your support of this bill and for recognizing the importance of the topic. We appreciate it.
I'm proud to carry the load on this one.
Thank you so very much.
If you'd like to stay up to date on all the key issues and events from D.C., one way is by becoming a member of NCBA. Members get the Beltway Beef newsletter. It's a weekly update straight from Washington that gives valuable insights on the key policy initiatives that may impact your business. To join, just call 866-233-3872 or visit the website ncba.org.